Hello guys, my name is Willem and welcome to LRDX Cars. Today, like you can see, I'm on the inside of the Ferrari Frankfurt Motors showroom here in Brussels, in nearby Waver. Like you can see, they have a very cool Ferrari F430 Scuderia here. They also have the standard model of Ferrari F430, so we can check out some of the differences. They also have the Ferrari GTC for Lusso, the V12 four-person Ferrari. Here also a brand new Ferrari A12, the V12 flagship Ferrari, and the latest mid-engine V8 Ferrari F8 Tributo also here, all in the very cool Grigio Silverstone exterior color. So take a quick look around those cars and enjoy watching with me. I'm gonna start off with this Ferrari F8 Tributo. Like I said, is the latest V8 engine Ferrari, the mid-mounted V8, like you can see. In this generation, it is sadly a turbo engine, but it generates 720 horsepower and 690 Newton meters of torque, so it's quite a fast car, I think. You can see the latest design of Ferrari with the two taillights on each side and the center exhaust also each on every side, and then a very aggressive looking diffuser with active aero, like you can see. Then all the air intakes, that air can go right here in and get out right there. That all the hot air in the engine bay can go out. You can see a very cool F40 design of plexiglass from the engine cover. Also some extra air coolants to let hot air out. Very cool side of the car with a nice carbon finished fin of the air intake of the engine. Then, like you can see on the front side, it has a cool big air intakes here, also the air intakes on the side to cool the front wheel arches and the brakes, the full aluminium brakes, the Brembo brakes, the carbon ceramics. Very cool star design. These are the more extra optional wheel design, not the standard. Then this car has a very cool Bordeaux leather colored interior with a nice white stitch on it. Very cool. Full carbon interior also, with a full steering wheel in carbon and the pedals. Also the full center design is in carbon, and the back also of the race seats is in carbon. Then the S-duct also is in a carbon finish, and even the finish on the headlights, the cool headlights that also have a small air intake, are also finished in carbon. Very cool looking car. Like you can see, this design is more sharp, more modern. If you look at the Ferrari F430, the F430 is also the 3 generations before the F8. Maybe we will start with the standard Ferrari F430. Like you can see, this is the more standard version of Ferrari F430, which has a naturally aspirated V8, of course, like we like very much. The V8 has 485 horsepower. You can see this design is way more designed with hand, or like you can see, it was still a collaboration between Ferrari and Pininfarina. Very cool. Air intakes, like you can see here, that air can go in right there and go out right here to create some downforce on the front nose. We see the rim design, so very cool, 5-spoke design. This car, I don't think this is the ceramic brakes, I think it is the steel brakes on this car with the giallo calibers. Nice Scuderia shields. This is the Nero Daytona exterior color also. Very cool design of exterior mirrors. The 2 places holding them to the car. And if you take a look on the inside of the car, see the nice leather interior with the nice giallo Modena stitch on it. The center console is in full carbon. Very cool. More comfort seats like you can see. And the rev counter in giallo. Then the V8 like I was telling you, the 4.3 liters V8 with 485 horsepower. The sun is shining on the Ferrari. Very cool Ferrari. The diffuser, full diffuser. And the 2 exhausts on each side. And I don't know if you guys can see it, a subtle hot air outlet. Now the flaps are more before it, but if the engine compartment gets hot, those flaps will go down. That's all the hot air can directly float out of the car. The fresh air can go here in and then float out right there. The design of the Ferrari engines is also something very nice. I think always presented and finished very good. And then you have a look on the inside of the cockpit. Very good looking car, I think. The Ferrari F430 still ages quite well, I think personally. Then we can maybe directly go to the race version of the Ferrari F430. This Ferrari 430 Scuderia with a more upgraded engine that had 510 horsepower. It was more oriented for track use, of course. You can see more race exhausts in the center place, which are way lighter than the standard exhaust. Nice carbon finish on the rear. Also the diffuser, you can see. Also a full carbon finish on the engine. Nicely presented engine bay. Nice carbon finish. They always do it on the race models of Ferrari, the nice carbon finish. And if you go further, you can see some extra air intakes on the side, but the standard F430 also had the 2 air intakes on the side, so not that much changed. Then the more sporty wheel design, and of course the ceramic brakes on this car, and the nice racing stripes like you can see that run over the whole length of the car. Also the nice subtle air intakes in the front. Not that much have changed. Of course the car is made a bit lighter, think about 100 kilos, by adding some carbon fiber, putting the race seats in, by replacing the exhaust system, of course. You can see the full carbon mirrors. Very good looking car, one of my favorites. Besides the Ferrari F430 Speciale. I think this one is a very good looking car with a very nice sound. Still a naturally aspirated V8, not like the newer models like the F8 or the 488. That's why I more like the Ferrari F430 or the 458. And then the full race setup would be great, because I love to do some track days in these cars. Great looking cars. We'll take a quick look at the other cars that are here, like the Ferrari GTC for Lusso, the 4-person Ferrari, or the Ferrari you can fit 4 people in, with the more front mid-mounted V12 that generates 690 horsepower. Very cool Grigio Silverstone design of exterior color. Then the nice rim design, the 2-spoke 5 wheel design with the ceramics and the giallo brake discs. Then if you take a quick look on the inside, Very nice chocolate finished interior, the big media display, and this car even has the full privacy or the full panoramic roofing. That you have a lot of light on the inside, which is quite handy because it isn't the biggest car, of course, on the inside. You can easily fit 4 people, of course, but it isn't that high like a SUV or something. Also the boot in the back, the nice 2 exhausts on each side, and the taillights that, like you can see, come through in all the latest Ferrari models like the F8, the A12 and the GTC for Lusso. All have the same design of taillights because they are the latest generation of cars. But like you can see, they did it actually about 15 years ago also already on the Ferrari F430. Some designs come back through the age. Then you see this Ferrari A12, the A12 Superfast, more the flagship Ferrari, the V12 in the front, also more mid-mounted, of course. This car has 790 horsepower, almost 800. See the cool wheel design, the two-tone wheel design, the more silver front, the more grey inside, then the Giallo brakes. Some subtle air intakes here to keep the nose on the road, like you can see here next to the headlights. Some subtle air intakes that the air can go in right here and go out right further, that the car stays planted on the road, and also of course to cool the engine, 6.5 liter V12 engine. Very cool design. Also here some extra air outlets to let all the hot air out of the front wheel arches. And then, like you can see, a very beautiful chocolate interior. This car more with a comfort setup of seats. Also not that much carbon on the inside. It's also very nice, this interior, more classy setup. Then the privacy glazing, which is quite handy. And the full diffuser, there you can see, full extended diffuser on the back to create not only downforce on the underside, but even between the diffuser and the car. And like you can see, a subtle spoiler. The air can go in right there, go out right here. Some extra air outlets, also for the cooling of the rear wheel arches. And then the 2 big exhausts on each side to create a very good noise. Yeah. They have some cool cars here, so if you're interested in some of them, come to Ferrari Frankfurt Motors here in Brussels. They will help you. I would like to say a big thanks to you all for watching to this quite small video here at Ferrari Frankfurt Motors to check out some cool cars, but hey, it's always nice to see some Ferraris in the video. Big thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video. Bye!